Everybody knows the culture. Like
That's what I was trying to say.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Model Talk. I'm your host, Teddy J.
And I'm Big Neil.
I'm your girl, Yazzie.
I'm Pearl.
I'm your girl, CJ Jazz, your girl's favorite DJ.
And how you guys doing this morning?
You doing great.
Feeling good. I'm excited. It's been a great week for me, so I can't complain.
That's great. That's great.
Shit, I'm loving this weather. This weather's
It's
good,
finally got a little cool in South Florida. It's been burning all year.
Listen,
I'm ready to start Art Basel weekend.
Yeah.
Art Basel, that's where everybody's
Already
at.
started, girl.
Yeah.
Already started.
How has it been so far, Art Basel?
Amazing. Oh my God. I know I've had shows lined up since 2 days ago. I have one today. I have one tomorrow.
Okay.
Super thankful, super blessed, and it's been amazing. The energy, the vibes, the outfits. Obsessed.
Man, I've never been.
And Pearl, I see you with your Art Basel
Yes.
outfit.
This is
Yeah.
my Art Basel outfit. Yes.
What you got going on today?
I'm going to the exhibits. You know, be a little bit bougie.
Okay.
And then later on, I'm going to the Jack Daniels event at the Lone Depot Park.
Okay.
So it's a long day. It's going to be a long night.
Okay.
Good. Make sure you get some pictures, girl.
But definitely, for sure.
Need
Tea
them.
and crumpets.
What about you, Neil? You going to Art Basel?
No,
You Art Baselin is what they say?
It's called Basel, and that's the new term we just learned. No, I'm not going, but maybe next year.
Okay, I might check it out, man. I might go down there, Wynwood, see what's going on. Who knows?
What about you, CJ? How you feeling about all of
Thanks for
this?
asking. I got some tickets lined up. I do got tickets for the Jack Daniels thing. I got tickets for something for Stomp. It's a and piano party thing
Yes.
on the rooftop.
I love
So
Stomp.
I'm really looking forward to that tomorrow. And then there's also a DJ Riri. She's having her first and DJ brunch. So there's going to be a lot of
okay.
different female DJs in the building, producers.
I love that.
A lot of different people in the industry going to be there. So I'm definitely excited to be a part of that. So I'm looking forward to those
So what
things.
time is the rooftop thing?
I might
feeling
Sunday.
that.
It's a
No, I
evening
was
thing.
supposed to be doing that.
It's like an evening thing. I know we got to be there before 7 or something that's like that, but it's like 7 on till.
Okay.
You've been to Stamp before?
No, I keep missing it
I've
for
been
work reasons, but
yeah.
I'm excited to. Every time I see the Instagram, like the crowd gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah, I've been a couple of times. I was actually supposed to go tomorrow, but I was like, I'm gonna see.
How did you like it? Like,
I love it.
experience-wise?
I love it. It's a mix of different people from everywhere. And like I said, I know a couple of the people. I know the DJ that DJs there, and some of the people that are like in the background and stuff. Because I've been a couple of times, so yeah, it's a good event.
Nice.
It was sick from you, girl, just to impress, to get them pictures in, really enjoy the moment.
Of course.
That's what it's about.
All right, moving on to some rapid questions. We're going to get to know the Model Talk cast real quick with some questions, and I'm going to go ahead and start it off.
Yes,
so it
girl.
says, do you think it's possible for men and women to just be friends? My personal opinion, I think yes. I think if you have honest intentions, people can be friends. It doesn't always have to be a sexual thing. Everyone is not attracted to everyone.
That
you
part.
know?
That part.
And I think with that being said, like you could be friends with anyone. You know, you can have an imaginary friend. So I don't see why a man and a woman can be friends. How do you feel about that,
Imaginary
Neil?
I really don't think men and women can totally be friends. They can be acquaintances, but like friends, whether you like going to movie dates and all that, that can blur the lines.
But you said dates.
Exactly.
Hey, if it's
You
just
said
you
date.
and that person, that's just, a date.
That's not a date.
I mean, it's
Just
a
be
male
y'all
and
not
a
hanging
female,
out
one-on-one with someone?
No. That's my opinion. You ask me my opinion, that's my opinion.
What about you, Yazzie?
I definitely think we could just be friends. You feel me? It's just like, I don't know. I'm not trying to get with everybody I see. You feel me? So
Fact.
it's like, just be cool. And also sometimes just a great connections. People are just good vibes. Just keep it at that.
Women's side.
What about you, Pearly?
What you say?
I said that's the women's side of the
Actually, my best friend is a guy.
Okay. Can
And-
I ask, is he straight?
Yes,
Okay,
he
I had
is.
to know. I had to know, you know.
Look, why you gotta ask that?
Because, there's a difference sometimes.
I'm not gonna lie and say it's never crossed my mind and wondered like, has he ever
Thought about you
thought
that
about
way?
it or
Yes.
wanted to? Because a lot of guys are like that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not in denial of that. So I feel like certain people can be friends, men and women, but you just have to be very careful because once it crosses those lines,
It's hard to uncross.
it's hard to
Yeah.
uncross, and that friendship is probably gonna be over.
Definitely
point.
hard boundaries for sure.
Yes.
What about you,
What you
Teddy?
think?
I definitely don't think it's possible for men and women to be best friends without. You can be best friends, but there's gonna be some other feelings involved in the best friendship. So
Why do you say that? Like, what makes you think that? Like,
Because
just
for a
from like a
man to
guy's
invest
perspective.
a lot of time, his time in one particular woman and say that's my best friend, he has some other feelings besides just a friendship. There's also, I think there's a feeling, let's say if both of them was completely single, they might be together, those type of feelings, and he just like
Suppressing them.
suppressing it a little bit.
I think women do it too, though.
But I don't think you could ever, as a guy, we're visual as well, but as a guy, like to continuously hang with someone that's my best friend, that's my dog, that's my whatever, there's almost no difference between a boyfriend and a girlfriend. The only difference is the affectionate part.
Yeah.
The other part is the same. So I think underneath in their hidden layers that there is some kind of feeling like that. And I think eventually sometimes it's going to probably lead to that. Because there's a lot of people who say, hey, you know, my wife was my best friend, like before they got married.
Yeah.
So sometimes there's a strong possibility it could lead up to that.
I get where you're coming from. I don't know. I don't like thinking like that. One, just because it's like, honestly, it's like a sad thought to me, because it's just like a lot of times guys will pretend to want to be your friend with the intentions of trying to get to you. And just for being on that side of it, it sucks because you be thinking, oh, like you really care about me, like we're cool, like it's genuine, and whole time like you're just trying to sleep with me and you really don't
but they
care.
do care about you.
But
It's genuine
you can't
that
say
they
that's
do.
genuine though, because that's the form of manipulation. Like if you're going in with intentions of something and you're lying about it, like you know you're trying to get with me, but you're saying, oh, like I want to be friends because I'm not looking for that. And you move forward, that's manipulation, because you're trying to get me to change my mind and like work around that. And that's
They
just,
all want to get with you. It's just whether or not they're going to decide not to. It's not like they trying to manipulate you. It's just in a man's nature, if you're an attractive woman,
but what do you call that though? Because manipulation is saying and doing one thing, but showing up with intentions of something else.
No.
And having like a hidden agenda. Is that not a hidden agenda?
It's not a hidden agenda. It's just something that he just didn't turn all the way off. He might not let it flourish into something else, but if you allow it, he may allow it. So it's not a hidden agenda. He accepting the fact that he in his friendship roll with you. He just know he would like something else. But if it's not gonna happen,
like
it's not
most
gonna
guys
happen.
who friends, they might say like, yeah, that's my dog, my friend. But like if she were to give it up, I'm gonna take it.
Yeah.
It's not saying
It
that
ain't
that's
saying
his
total
main
agenda.
It's
I
agenda.
agree with both you guys, but it's up to the female.
It's always up to the
It's always
female.
up to the
You
female.
can't
It's up to the
keep her
woman.
that.
Yeah, so it's up to her if she wants that to move forward.
Yeah, that's why it's not his hidden
but
agenda. It's
I
gonna be
agree
your
with you
agenda.
as far as
Yeah, if
Everything else.
it moves forward in that direction, it's gonna be the woman who obviously wants to do that. But
And
the
we
guy,
just talking about the sexual aspect of it, because women are the gatekeepers of sex. Men are the gatekeepers of relationships. If a man want to be around you like that, he might want a relationship with you. But it's up to you to say no or yeah when it comes to that sexual part.
And Pearly, what question you got?
So my question is, how do you prioritize your relationships and your work?
Why you looking like that?
Me, I'm not gonna lie, I'm terrible at that. Most of the time, what I do, like say if it was work or school, whatever it was, I try to get that out the way first. I feel like that's the main priority. And then I hope my partner just understands that, you know what I mean? We have to compromise on time, you know what I mean? So if he can't compromise, then, maybe we should just,
you gotta go.
Wow.
Good night.
That's understandable.
But how much do you take an effort to prioritize, him first and sometimes work first? Like, is it always
For
going to be
me,
work first?
No, not always. I think it's more of a weekend thing for me. Like, let's wait till the weekend, because the weekday,
You
there's too
want
much
a
going
weekend
on.
man,
I guess you can say that.
a weekend
I
boyfriend.
got too much going on.
So you cool with him making you the weekend girl too, right?
Hey,
And
I
during the week,
mean,
you ain't gotta holler at your work and I'm busy.
no,
man.
we
I'll
have
holler
to
at you on the
communicate.
weekend.
As long as the lines of communication are open and we both understand our priorities, then I don't mind that.
Okay.
Next
Right,
question.
Right, Yazzie?
So it says, what non-sexual activity turns you on the most? I'd say like intellectual conversations for sure. Not just basic, very surface level stuff. It's like the same thing with compliments. Like I get compliments on my physical every single day. And don't be wrong, I appreciate it. But it's like if you comment, like you talk about the way that I think or the way that I act or the things that I do, that means so much more to me. And it's the same in conversations. If you're kind of picking into my brain and really finding out how I am, why I am like that, that really is just like, yes, I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds pretty cool, bro. That's a vibe right now.
Neil, what you
Move on
got?
to my question. Besides love, what does a relationship need to be successful? Respect.
Respect.
That's it.
That's it. Mic drop.
Period.
Mic drop.
Teddy?
My card says, what's your biggest sexual turn off and why? Well, I would say for me is women not knowing how to take direction during sex. You know, like if I'm trying to do something and it's like maybe she's trying to tell me exactly what to do or everything like that, to me is just a turn off for me. I like being in control.
So you like just to be the dominant one during?
Yeah, I don't want no girl telling me turn around, bend over. I like to be the one saying that shit. Hey.
You never know. Some people be into that. You never
Got some
know.
dominatrix right there, so
That escalated quickly.
Exactly.
I just like to be, the dominant one in the bed.
I'm crying.
So, moving on to Model Talk News. Diddy has been sued for the 4th time. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4, baby. Times for sexual assault and has stepped down from a vote. And celebrities such as Eddie Griffin, 50 Cent, Surge Knight have all been Suge Knight. Oh my God. Whoops. Right. Suge Knight. Don't come for me, please. I apologize. Have been roasting him, saying surviving Diddy.
Wow.
And honestly, just kind of speaking on the whole situation with Cassie and things like that, good for her. She was so smart with how she decided to go about her lawsuit. She sued him as an employee, and then she also sued him personally and his company. So on top of that, kudos to her. He absolutely did it. Yeah, he absolutely did it 1,000%. And yeah, I hope he gets everything that he deserves, which is nothing good.
Playing devil's advocate, we not gonna put that on him and say he absolutely did it.
Yeah.
For
he
sure.
allegedly did it.
I mean, hush money in less than 24 hours for a case.
I feel.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
I feel like he most likely probably did all those things. I wasn't there, so I'm never gonna say someone 100% did something. But I just don't like the way people are going about when it comes to reporting what they've been through. I feel like if I did something to you, like if I touched you or did anything inappropriate to you today, I don't think you should come back and party with me again next week. I did it again. Now you come back again. And I'm like 10, 15 years of me sexually assaulting you, but you're still in my presence. You're still coming around. And not only for Cassie, I'm talking about these other people who've come to light, whether it be men, females, and the guys saying they didn't like what Diddy was doing, but every day they brought their ass to the show. I just feel like things need to be reported, and you have to have some kind of accountability to report something. The same way if someone is raping little kids in the neighborhood and I'm seeing that shit every day, I ain't gonna let it go 5 years of kids getting abused, and I finally say, you know what? 5 years ago, I could say something and stop it now. That's the way I feel.
And don't just make it about the money.
Yeah.
But
Make
here's
it
the
about
thing.
justice.
But honestly, money is justice in that sense. One, if you're dealing with that kind of stuff, it's a form of compensation.
Yes.
It's a form of compensation. But going back to what you said with the kid situation, I absolutely agree. That's one of them things you have to. But from a victim standpoint, one, remember who we're talking about. Diddy is an incredibly powerful man. Not only that, he has so much money and has for years. He's not a new man from the scene. He's an old head. He's been in the game for years. And if you see the interviews with people, like Justin Bieber, for example, one of those interviews, he was like 15, 16 when he was blowing up. Now he's like, in his 30s. And you see the reactions. These people, it's been going on for this long and hasn't been said so because of how powerful he is.
But he's still powerful.
So
when they saying
of course
now,
he's still powerful.
so
But here's the
it's
thing.
different.
With this coming out, at a certain point when it just builds up so much and it's just like what's it called, charge after charge or accusation after accusation, at some point you got to be like, all right, what's going on?
What I'm gonna say,
You think people didn't know what was going on at the time? Of course they did.
They knew.
But with a powerful person like that, you can be put away with 2 thoughts and that's it. What are you gonna do at a certain point when someone has that much power? You can disappear off the face of this earth. What are you
I
gonna
don't
do?
agree with it. I believe anybody can make you disappear off the face of the earth.
Not anybody, not like that though.
Yeah.
Anybody.
Anyone can get you gone, but someone with money and with power
you
is
got
not the
these
same
young boys
thing.
around here.
But I understand
not the same
how
thing.
you saying it. I understand that probably since they were employees,
Of course.
they didn't want to lose their job, first
Yeah.
of all.
And career-wise too.
But your
back then
job
wasn't
can't
no,
be
you
that.
got to understand, back then didn't have like the Me Too movement the way they
Exactly.
have
And
now.
we didn't have social media
Right.
to
Exactly.
independent artists to really handle themselves independently.
Yeah.
You get
Like,
blacklisted.
yeah.
Then what? Now you're broke. No
Yeah.
one
Back to the
remembers
money,
you.
though. But it's back
And-
to the money. Like
but
it's not the
money
only way to
makes
get
the world
money.
go round, and you have to remember
Okay, but
you
money
need
shouldn't
money. money
allow
though.
you to not have
Money gives you a roof over your head. Money gives you food in your stomach. It gives you water. You need.
So they let you.
You can have that argument all day.
BS though.
It's not about
Because
accepting
30
though.
years later, 20 years later, you're not accepting it, and the money was
I
still
think for
there.
me,
But you need to think as a victim though.
I am thinking as a victim.
You're
As
not.
a
it's
victim
hard
that
to
put
think as a
that
victim
in
if
the
he's
beginning.
never been a victim. You
No,
can't
we
really
all
think like
been
a
victims
victim
at
if you've
something.
never
I
been a
agree.
victim.
You're right.
So it's
You're
kind of
right.
hard to say, I need you to think like this. You can't because you never experienced that. But I think
Nah,
for
that ain't
me,
true.
it's a lot of stuff is coming up, but I just don't like how social media is turning it more into a joke, surviving Diddy. And it's
Yeah.
discrediting what's really and possibly
That's what I'm
is happening.
saying.
Everybody got their little jokes, their little side things, all these memes and everything going on. And it's getting real, real crazy. And I feel like it's going to overshadow what the truth
Desensitize.
that needs to come out. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
it's not a
Exactly.
joke.
It's not a
a
joke.
joke.
I feel like if Diddy really did that stuff, allegedly, then Cassie should get her justice. A lot of women do not come out early on. There's a term for that when a person is getting abused and they continue to go back to their abuser over and over again. I'm not gonna butcher the word, but it
I know
happens.
the word, but I can't think
You know
of it
the
right
word,
now.
but you can't. Yeah, I'm not gonna butcher it, but
Stockholm syndrome.
Stockholm, there
Is
you
it
go.
Stockholm?
Yeah.
there you go.
yeah. So that happens a lot when it comes to abuse. So I feel like I don't think there should be a time limit on how long it takes a person to come out. You never know what they're dealing with in that moment. They might have suicidal ideations or, So I feel like however long it takes them to come out,
I don't think it's for however long. Like I can't do something like 40
There's
years
some
later.
statutes and limitations on
you-
things.
everybody-
Well,
Like, come on.
I will agree with you when you said the people that have been around him for X amount of years and they're still partying with him. And they,
Still.
just like R. Kelly, you knew what he was doing and you still decide to stick around.
You can't have it both
Right,
ways,
you can't
basically.
have you can, but you shouldn't.
Yeah.
You shouldn't, yeah.
Yeah.
Like if I'm doing something, but you know what? I'm not gonna say that because I'm eating good. He
Yeah.
providing for me. I'm
Yeah,
not, now you
you
want to
making it
keep
about the
enjoying
money.
the fruits this man is giving you, but yet you got your own little scheme on the side.
But you can't get on his backside either.
You know.
That's the
Nah,
thing.
you
Like,
can't.
didn't he blew up some? What was
We
that rapper's car?
allegedly.
Oh, yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Right, allegedly blew up that guy's car. Then allegedly held somebody else over a balcony because
Okay.
he was talking to
Yeah,
Kat.
Wale.
But they said
say-
all this
okay.
stuff. I'm saying okay
But
because but they
that
still
speaks to
around
character,
him.
though.
And he
But that
allegedly
speaks to
doing this.
character.
But that's the industry in
You have to
general.
be-
You know how that goes.
If someone's
around.
threatening you and you know they have powers doing things, you're not gonna want to get on their bad side. You're just
So you
not.
saying his power has diminished?
Oh, because
Are
now
we
people
saying
are speaking
his
up.
power
at this
has
moment,
changed? Times has
yes.
Yeah,
changed.
times has
1,000%.
changed.
1,000%.
So his power
This is not
diminished.
1,000%.
He's not as
power.
Back then, they
It's
didn't
not.
really listen
It's not
to
10 years ago. It's
His
not 20
money ain't
years.
diminished. Obviously,
Remember,
they
once
still
this
trying
Me
to take
Too movement started with Epstein, with
Yeah,
the
after
other
all
lawyer,
of that,
with
I
R.
think that
Kelly,
opened the doors.
the government all
1,000%.
started honing
Making
in
them
on these
less
things,
powerful.
and they started giving women more of a voice.
Yeah.
Because they said back then that actually that Cassie said something like long time ago,
Multiple women
and
have
the
said
police
things a
was
long
like
time ago.
kind of like brushing it off. Oh, show us a recording, or like
Exactly.
they wasn't taking it that serious. Now they're taking everything serious.
Because even when women are being
That's
abused,
sad.
people don't take it serious. And even like with the whole thing of just leave, just leave. Leaving is the most dangerous time for someone in an abusive situation. Woman, man, whatever. That's the most dangerous time. And you can look up articles and see how many women have been killed as when they're trying to leave, after they leave from boyfriends, husbands, exes, whatever. That's a dangerous time for people who aren't mentally stable like that.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to think about that as well. It's again, and I thank you for saying that if you haven't been a victim, it's hard to have that, to think like that and really understand, because it's one of those, until you go through it, you're never gonna know truly what it is. But it's self-preservation at the same time, like you're gonna want to protect yourself, and sometimes the way to do that is to deal with it and to keep suffering, because this is what you have to do. So I think we need to make sure we give these victims grace and also address it, because it's not just about why didn't you say something, why didn't you do that. That's not victim blame, because
Right.
you already
Yeah.
went through enough. You don't need social media and people saying, oh, you're this, you're that.
No,
We
on
don't need
I feel
all
you.
that. Just acknowledge what happened, so that moving forward we can be smart about this and protect other victims.
Yeah.
There's really no universal way of dealing with it. All victims do different things.
Well,
Exactly.
Luckily,
Absolutely.
Cassie has her husband to support her
Yeah,
during this
everyone
time.
needs support.
Absolutely.
So-
Yeah.
And that she's doing better now. And
Right.
that's the important part,
And moving on to some more Model Talk news, Ashanti and Nelly, they're now expecting a baby. They
Beautiful.
rekindled that old
Good for them.
relationship. What is it? They were broken
got
up
that
for like
old
what,
thing
20,
back.
15 years?
Yeah,
15, 20
a long
years?
time, nice
A
little
long
grip.
time.
Had a
Came
nice
back
break.
and had a baby, and social media's going wild.
That boy
Social
blew
media, some
that
people
thing
saying,
up.
They both been smiling with all 32 teeth.
Yes,
Listen,
there's been so many posts of like Nelly with his ex-girl and he looks all normal and like content, and then all the pictures he got with Ashanti, he has like smiles from ear to ear.
Yeah.
The moment that they revealed that they're having their baby, he just looks so entirely happy, and she looks really happy too. She looks so beautiful. So obviously this must be some really good black love.
Yeah.
That's
But
the rare
social
thing,
media
though.
is also saying like, hey guys, don't be like Nelly and them. Don't be everybody trying to hit up your exes now and all this other stuff. So
Rekindle them flames, guys.
Yeah.
And the way that they are in love, that's kind of rare though, because usually after you've been with somebody for a while, you don't have that same bubbly like feeling, but they look like they just
you
met.
know what I think it is?
Yeah.
The time.
Yeah.
I think because it's been like probably almost 20 years from when they broke up, that is like
they just grew as
fresh
people.
and new.
Yeah.
And they new people.
For
So-
sure.
so,
No,
yeah.
once he was on that Versus stage, listen, he was plotting as soon as he seen her. Okay?
And another thing is Shanti kept herself
Looking good.
Good.
Yeah, she look good.
Like, she
Listen,
still
Ashanti
looks
She
is
good.
look
that
amazing.
Yeah.
Well,
She's
he's
that
lucky.
girl.
She gave him another shot because
Yeah.
And
he's
her
lucky.
first baby
Yeah.
daddy.
Right, the man
Yeah.
ain't lucky to me.
Look, that
Yes,
baby
he
got to be
is.
talented. That's
We
all.
didn't
Yeah.
really do her right.
Yeah, he lucky to be the
beginning.
first
And
one
they're
to
both
blow
really
it up.
attractive people. It's gonna be a fine baby. It's gonna grow
You
up
said
to
he
be
didn't do her
beautiful.
right? That was 20
How you
years
know?
ago.
What? We
People
don't-
change.
We don't know what he did. We ain't gonna mess that up. Man,
Oh,
nah.
how you feel, girl?
He happy for them people.
bring
I
no
mean,
rain
it's a
on this
beautiful thing
sunshine.
now.
I
Time
don't
heals
know what he
all.
did,
Time
but-
heals all. So
Yeah, man.
And no one's perfect. And we never know who does what in a relationship.
Right.
All we know is what comes out.
As long as they happy, hey.
Congratulations
So congrats
to
to you,
Nelly and Ashanti
And
from Model Talk.
All right.
All right.
All right, moving on to New Music Fridays. After months, years of teasing, Nicki Minaj finally drops her new album, Pink Friday 2.
Hey.
The much hyped single record for her influential debut album, Pink Friday.
I got to
Wasn't
listen to
ready.
that too.
Yes,
I haven't heard it yet.
I'm so
Hey, Pink
excited.
Friday was the bomb, though, man.
I'm a barb, so,
Has
you
anyone
know.
listened to that
Okay.
album yet?
Pink
I haven't
Friday
yet.
one.
Part 2, the new one that just
It's
came out
come-
yesterday?
Yeah.
You listened
man.
to some of it?
Not yet. I was waiting till the weekend. Like, let me get
Okay,
my
okay.
alone time so I can listen to my music.
Have a listen
Nicki
party.
Minaj
Yeah.
be spitting, man.
Oh,
She
yeah.
not spitting
She
as a
does. She
female.
do.
She is the queen of rap. That's
She's
true.
spitting as a rapper.
Yeah.
You can't even just put female on.
That's a female rapper I'm always
Just
going to
her-
give it up
just
to.
as a
'cause-
rapper, period.
And she's
Rapper,
diverse.
rapper.
Yeah.
Very.
She sings, she rap, and she
telling you.
actually rap. Not that shit that these other
And
females
she
doing.
rap.
She actually
Right.
rap. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So shout
Her
out to
wordplay is
Shout out to
Nicki
insane.
Minaj on that one.
I
Yeah,
love
it
it.
is.
She be saying some stuff and it just fits 3 different ways. And you just gotta sit there for a second, like,
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, she a real rapper.
I was a fan since her mixtape days, so that's when she was really spitting.
Itty bitty
and I like how
bitty.
animated her voice is. I think that's one of like the really
She's just a creative person.
Yeah,
in
it's like a
general.
really key thing because some people they sound the same. Like
Yeah.
the
Monotone.
flow could switch up, the verses and all that, but like just
She
they very
has versatility.
monotone.
That's what it is.
1000%. 1000%. It elevates it.
All right.
Moving on to the topic of the day. Why is it okay for men to cheat and get forgiven, but men refuse to forgive a woman who cheats back after getting cheated on?
Can I say something? I want to say something.
I'm praying.
So I think in this particular situation, it's one of those instances where like, y'all making me say this, but in that sense, men have a lot more self-respect than women do when it comes to being cheated on, because I know so many women who will get cheated on and like they'll stay and like we be a little delulu sometimes, say some certain things like, oh no, it's this, that, like so many women will make an excuse for it. And I'm not saying that guys don't, but as far as from what I've seen, the majority of it, they'll just cut it off and be done with it, which I have so much more respect for, because it's like, that's how you should treat someone cheating on you in the first place. But unfortunately, not too many women do.
I think it's
think
just
it
a
should be
double
more.
standard. There's some double standards women are able to get away with. There's some double standards men are able to get away with. Cheating is one of them for men. It's overlooked. It's been like that since the beginning of time. And a woman cheating, the world, everything's going to turn upside down.
Yeah.
Well, we have to understand why.
Yeah, that's what I want to
And
know.
the reason
why y'all
why?
think, as women,
The reason-
why y'all think that is that?
The reason why it's been that way over time is because it's come from a position of authority since back then. We're talking about since the beginning of time. A man was usually entrusted with the obligations of taking care of the family, providing for the family, providing for the woman, protecting the woman if anything came. So at that point, a man kind of felt this authoritative figure. So when they did cheat, not saying cheating is okay, But when they did cheat, a woman was more than likely to forgive him because this guy is the one giving you everything. He's giving you the roof over your head. He's providing for you. You're not gonna just run to and especially back in those times, if everyone knew you belonged to this man, you couldn't just go to another man. Men would be like, no, like, and if you did something like that, you were considered
A
a
Jezebel.
whore or etc.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's how times were back then. You know, these days times are a little different. So women, it's even now almost just about, so women can kind of do what they want to, but a lot of women still, they want their man. There's not a lot of good men out there. There's not a lot of men out there, period. So women are not just tossing their man away once he cheats because they're like, damn.
But that's not a good man, though.
You know what I mean?
Unfortunately, it's normalized.
Hold on.
It is really
It's normalized.
Human
So have you
rights.
ever forgiven a woman that's cheated?
I have,
Honestly.
Tell the truth.
but like I stated before, usually when that happens, it's when no one else knows about it.
Of course.
Like
But
if I
you
know
have
if I
forgiven.
know you cheated and it's only
He didn't have
and it's
forgiven. That's what he's
in-house,
saying, basically.
only me and you know you cheated, it's more easier for me to forgive you versus it was like a public scandal type thing.
Yeah, like the
'Cause
embarrassment.
Then a
No, I
man
get
feels
that.
that embarrassment.
Yeah.
Then it's hard for us to
Oh, it's
really
like the
forgive
ego
you.
thing.
Yeah, I think so.
It's like the ego thing.
Some
Because
men
other men gonna be like, damn, no, she cheated on you. You still with? It's like
his
it's
men
all
that,
that. Yeah.
it's been an embarrassment and they still forgave they
Yeah,
women
it
for
happens
cheating.
too.
Y'all don't think it's an embarrassment for women when y'all
We
out here
know that.
sleeping
We
with
know that.
everybody
But
too?
what we saying is men do it as well. That's all I'm
So
saying.
y'all think
Not
it's
saying
okay
that,
for women to be embarrassed, but men
no,
can't be
That
embarrassed?
ain't what I said. That's not what I said. I said that both do it. Both forgive. This question was, stated as if they don't. But both forgive. Men and women
I don't
forgive.
think
That's what
okay.
I'm saying, because y'all saying that y'all can't forgive the women
they
if
do.
they cheated back on you. You cheated on her first, so she cheats back on you. You guys say y'all can't forgive her because now it's like
I
a
didn't ever say it.
disrespectful thing, a lack of authoritative. Now you're embarrassed in the community, like you can't control your own household.
That's what the
right?
question says. But I'm saying men do forgive. I'm saying that they
I agree.
forgive just as much as women. But the question is stating that they don't, but they do.
To
All
me,
the
it
time.
matters also who's in. Check it. If a female is the one taking care of you, which it happens a lot these days too. There's females is out there paying the bills. The men probably ain't working, they home, whatever. Now, if that dude, let's say that female cheats, a guy is probably more reluctantly to forgive her because she's in that position where she's doing for him. You know what I mean? The same way a lot of times if a man cheat, like if you're dating like P. Diddy, whoever it is, and they cheat, you're most likely to say, I'm not going to get rid of this dude. He's doing so much. So I think a lot of that kind of like affects the forgiveness and how you forgive someone.
Now, how much you feel for that person affects it.
Like if a
'Cause
dude ain't doing shit for you, he home and you the one taking care of him, and you find out he cheating, more than likely you gonna be like, man,
to the
go.
curb, yeah.
Because what is he really bringing? He ain't
To your
doing
life,
nothing.
yeah.
He ain't got no money. And he cheating on you. So you probably gonna be quick to like get
It
rid
can't
of
be
him.
both. I'm sorry. Bye.
Yeah, but it's the same way, like I said, for women. Men forgive women that they really want to be with. If they really want to be with them, they going to try to work that shit out. It's just-
I
let's
think
be
he has
real.
to love her.
He
Like
gotta
for real,
love
for
her.
real.
If he don't really
Yeah,
love her
for
like
sure.
that, he's
Yeah.
not going to forgive that shit. He going to be like, man, I ain't like her anyway, man. She just gave me a reason. That's what it
Exactly.
is.
Good night.
People who want a
That's what it
reason,
is.
To leave. Yeah.
they'll use that quick.
course.
Quick. I already wanted to get rid of it, but
Anyway.
he cheated. Now it's over with. You know what I mean?
Like people always in relationships, you're gonna be forgiven the whole entire time for something.
Yeah.
Like it may not be cheating. People always put cheating as the emphasis. You gotta forgive in relationships, period. Like you might have to forgive because you work too much. Like you were saying, like you put work in front of the relationship. You might have to forgive for that. Like that person might want you home bad, but they gotta forgive
it's
you
true.
for you being the person you are. Like cheating is not always end all,
End
be
all,
all.
be all.
So, but it is a bad
It
thing. No
should
one
be.
should cheat. No one should cheat. I'm gonna say this to everybody.
no one should cheat.
But the more
Exactly. Exactly.
No one should cheat.
be the
But if it happens, man, figure out why you doing that and correct it
Fact.
and move on.